Hello and welcome to another Blender tutorial brought to you by Luwizart. I hope you guys are doing well. And this is a special video because it's the first video since this channel hit 10,000 subscribers here on YouTube, and I would like to thank you guys so much for making that happen for me. This is a big encouragement that I should keep going. And so in celebration for all these nice events, though I know it's nothing compared to some bigger numbers, but I really appreciate this. It means so much for me. So in appreciation, to show appreciation, I asked you guys to tell me what you guys want to see, like videos, and most of you left comments on what you want to see. So that's what I'll be doing in the upcoming days. So I'm going to be going through all the comments and answering, looking at the tutorial requests you guys want to see, and I'm going to be doing just that. So no one exempted, just doing it. So even though it's just the person that asked it that enjoyed the tutorial, that's enough for me. So we'll be starting with this one. So the question was, hey, can you show how you can attach to an animated character? And that's what we're doing today. So what you're seeing here is the result we should be able to achieve in this tutorial. So basically how I set this up is, let me select this mesh. So we start from scratch. So I just basically have a simple animation that I got from Mixamo. Then I selected this model and just selected some points here and got an edge that I extruded to create this nice plane, and from it will be generating the hair. So it's basically what you want to do is select it, and let me clear the pose first. Okay, so what you want to basically do is select this mesh, go into your particle edit and hit plus. Let me just turn on the screencast so you can follow along. So you want to hit plus and set it to hair, and it's going to generate hair. Most of the times it's going to be facing upwards. You can fix that probably by rotating the plane or going into edit mode and doing shift N. Is that correct? Okay, yeah, so shift N will calculate the normal. So if you hit inside, it's going to flip it, and yeah, so that's one way you could go about that. So we're just going to leave it like this since it's working for us. And for the emission number, I'm going to set it to 100. Since we'll be simulating it, we want it to work faster, and we'll just multiply it with the children particles. So now we have it, so we need to just groom it to look appealing to the eye. So for that, we'll go into the particle edit and we'll switch the display type to single vertex, so we can just select everything and scale it out and just drag it down to fit like a skirt. Okay, so something like this. And now what you want to do is play your animation. So nothing is happening, and that's basically because you just need to click on hair dynamics. So if you're coming from Maya, it may be more complicated to do this, but it's quite straightforward here in Blender. Once the particle system is attached to the geometry, you don't need to worry about any other thing. You just need to click on the hair dynamics, and it's just going to work right out the box. Okay, so let's look at some settings which you might want to consider. So first of all is collision. So Blender hair particle system works with can be affected by collision. So if you select this character, you want to go to the physics tab and enable collision, so the hair can interact with the character. Okay, and back to the parameters. So there are a lot of parameters which you could play with, but most of them just works really well right off the back. But one you want to really consider is let me just collapse everything so we can start fresh. Okay, so if you go to structure, you will see this vertex mask. So, that's basically what you want to play with. So by default it's set to 0.3. Usually when you're setting up a character or setting up any basic hair system, and you're trying to simulate it, a value of 0.07 usually does the trick, because it retains the shape which you groomed while allowing it to simulate in a very minimum way without creating too much noise. But since we're trying to go for something dramatic, we'll just set this to 1, so it gives it more flair, more nice stuff going there. So let's just make this look nice. We'll go to viewport and increase the strand step to like 4, so we can get it more coily and interpolated to enable the children, so you could even increase it to something like 50. And since we have like little number, the performance is quite nice. 30 fps, it's quite nice. So also you can play with the collision some more, so if it's still intersecting with the character in some places, the way you could play work around that is, of course, you could increase the quality of the collision, or you could play with this distance. So if we set this to 1, it's just going to go crazy, so it's going to try to avoid it 1 meter. So let's set this to 0.1. So we should get little or no collision, because it's not going to let it come closer to it. I don't think it supports self collision. That would be cool, but I'm pretty sure it will be like intense. Yeah, so that's basically it. You can play with and experiment with all the settings. So that's why I'm going to leave it with this first video. So you guys stay tuned. I'm going to be releasing multiple videos answering tutorial questions which you guys want to see. So it's not just limited to people that commented on the post. If you have any stuff you want to see, you can leave it in the comment, and I will go ahead and create the video for you. So thank you guys so much for doing this for me. You guys don't know how much you're encouraging me to keep going on this journey. I appreciate it. I appreciate you guys. Thank you for now. See you next time.